I don't have so many of these letters coming in saying past due, and all those things. But now we have solutions that show that once I understand more about my finances, I can move dates, I can pay my bills on time. Then now
you feel more confident.
Yes.
And you're like,
confidence.
And I don't want to share. I just got this new confidence. I finally got my money right.
Yeah.
And I don't want to share it with anybody.
We've got this remarried love. It's better than we dreamed of. Left the pain in the past. Just you and me.
Welcome to Remarried Love, where we help couples build a stronger, healthier legacy remarriage. I'm D
And Aki.
and here you'll gain tools for intentional growth because a legacy remarriage is built on purpose.
We're so glad you're here. Well, let's get right into it.
So the fourth solution is financial transparency.
Yes.
So what that means is basically don't hide anything.
You don't want to hide the money.
Yeah, don't hide your money. Don't buy something and then keep it in the car, keep it in the closet. You know, all of the places that you know someone else who does that,
Yeah, I mean, that is very hard for people. We've spoken about that many times because there's shame sometimes with debt and bad decisions, divorce, whatever you've had to do and it changed your money. Sometimes we don't want to reveal that.
And we've talked about how a divorce has affected a man's finances. Most of the time, he's giving up half of his income and his possessions, things that he's worked for.
Later in life, or not, like
whenever he was married.
When you have built something up and then it's destroyed for men or women, and then that's your finances, and you come into a marriage, sometimes you want to not reveal that. You want to hold it in.
Yeah. Well, financial transparency is good for your current marriage because financial transparency allows the two of you to feel safe in the home. And you both feel like you have security when you're open with your money.
Right. Because nobody likes to live where they don't, in a situation where you don't really know what's going on.
No.
And for us, you shared some things about your finances when we first got together. And I was like, oh, why don't you just do this? Let's move the bill date. Yeah. And you were like, we can do that?
I didn't know that you could actually move your bill date.
Right. I
so
said,
you
if
have bills, but your money comes on X day and then the bills are due on earlier X day.
Right.
And so you're always late for this and you have a fee that you're paying.
Yeah.
Or that I was paying.
Right.
And so I didn't know that I could actually call them up and say, hey, I want to move this date so that I have the money to pay. So I'm not paying a fee all the time.
We just paid the difference to move the date and set that cycle up and we were good to go. Yeah. And a lot of times being ignorant to finances,
yes.
Which a lot of, I didn't learn a lot about finances from my upbringing.
Well, neither did I. My financial acumen didn't come from being at home.
Right. It was like whatever experiences we had, that's where we were at.
Exactly.
We didn't have that finance class or in high school or college did not help. That did not help. That was not real life.
It was not good enough. And I'm not sure if they actually wanted to teach it.
Yeah, what you really needed to know. Interest rates, purchasing homes, knowing how to set up whatever you're going to do, whatever subscriptions
or accounts,
how that was going to happen. I know that there's some people who are like, I do not want to share any of my money with someone else.
Yeah. It brings on fear. It makes people afraid.
It seems sneaky too.
It can be a sneaky part of it, but some people are afraid to have another person come in because they're just barely making it. They feel like I just got to a point where
I finally can eat.
Yeah, I can finally eat. I'm not being hounded by the snatch guy. I don't have so many of these letters coming in saying past due, and all those things. But now we have solutions that show that once I understand more about my finances, I can move dates, I can pay my bills on time. Then now you
feel more confident.
Yes.
And you're like,
confidence.
And I don't want to share. I just got this new confidence. I finally got my money right.
Yeah.
And I don't want to share it with anybody. That's how we feel sometimes. And, being transparent can feel vulnerable. You don't want to open your livelihood to someone, but you need to
Well, you don't want to open it to someone you feel is going to set you back.
right.
That's what
and
it
that's
is.
for men and women. Like, I never wanted to be a person that would make you feel like if I'm with her, she's going to set me back.
Yeah, that's not a good feeling.
No, you want to be that person that I can help you go forward. Vice versa. You did not want to be a man to me that's like, hey, I'm going to be a burden to you. You're going to feel weighed down and you're going to feel like financially just a weight. No, you were the opposite of that. And you helped to make whatever we were trying to do financially better, stronger, grow. It also takes a maturity to be financially transparent, because you can't let what has happened make you feel some type of way about your spouse.
Well, growing up, sometimes you may see bills all over the table, unopened. So someone is not really dealing with their finances and what's due. The bills are due. And so you don't know what to pay or who to pay or how much you can pay if you don't open it up.
Right. That's a good point. Like, you had to be financially transparent with yourself first.
Yes. So
with
I had to make sure that I was opening up my bills and
Yeah.
paying my bills. When I got on my own and I had my own apartment, I had to make sure that I was a man who was going to learn how to increase and expand my territory.
I think I did learn this from a Christian class. I don't remember, but I want to give shout out to the Christian classes, okay, since we had that. But it was about finances. And it's funny that you said about opening your bills.
Yes.
It was not only were we to open the bills, but we would speak to them. I've had bills where I couldn't pay at the time. And it's like, I'm going to pay you next week and you're going to go down.
Yeah.
And you don't have jurisdiction. Yeah. So it was almost like, I'm not afraid of the bills anymore.
Don't be afraid of your money.
I was like, oh, wow, you decided to go way up, Mr. Bill, but you're going to get paid anyway. And I'm not going to internalize all that anxiety that I don't have it right now. I'm going to pay on you, and then I'm going to pay on you, and then I'm paying. And every month I would get them and arrange them and speak to them. Yes. And it does work. I know it's unpopular.
It's unpopular.
This is not.
Doesn't sound like it's going to work for you, but
no, but it does.
It does. And then the day that you finally make that last payment, you're like, wow.
You should celebrate with your spouse.
Oh yeah. You have to celebrate the highs and the little ones. I should say the big ones and the little ones,
right?
Not highs and lows.
We were happy when your student debt was paid off.
Yes.
We were just like,
oh my gosh. I was paying on that student debt for a long time. And I really couldn't see the end of it.
Yeah. And it was over. It was like, we got this. Yes. We're going to talk to it. And we did. And then it was gone. And so you feel like there's wins and you want to share those wins with your spouse. It helps with bonding. It helps with legacy building. It helps with, hey, this is the person for me. And this is the person who's going to help me get to that next level.
And then I wanted to learn how to not go backwards or go back into debt.
Yeah.
For me, I wanted to learn that because I was born into debt. I was raised in debt. And then once I got out of it, I didn't want to go back into it. No, I didn't want to go back. So I was like, how can I do this thing called life and not be in debt?
And it can make a person like, now we're extreme. I'm never going to go into debt. I'm not going to we're just going to get a car loan for this little small amount and we're going to pay it off. Mm-hmm. And I think that's good. Financial transparency also helps you to have like financial growth mindset, learning, okay, I got into debt and I can get out of it.
And I can use debt.
I can leverage debt.
I can leverage debt to expand my life.
Yes. It was
it doesn't have to be something that, I never have or do anything with debt. Well, that's not going to be realistic in some growth. Unless you already have a lot of money. It depends
on what plan.
Yeah.
It depends on what you and your spouse decide.
Exactly.
And that's why you have to have financial transparency with each other. Let's be on the same page. Because when me and you got on the same page, it was like, we don't care what comes in this home, what bill comes, what financial setbacks came, because they did. We had already practiced being together and addressing them.
Yes, we're going to address them.
Like, you might harass one of us, but you're not going to harass both of us.
Yeah, exactly.
One of us might be a little scared.
It's me and you against the world.
Yeah.
And once you have that mindset that it's the two of you against whatever is coming against your marriage,
right,
and realize it's coming against the marriage to break you up. Mm-hmm. And I used to tell you this when I think I told you when we first we're married, that every marriage is tested.
Right. And
So-
it's definitely financially tested.
Exactly.
And so you guys have to be together on that. This podcast is all about helping remarriages, and we do want your feedback. And we know a lot of people are like, I don't want to comment because I don't want my business out there.
Yeah, you don't want to be all out in the streets.
Yeah. And we're discreet. So
Very discreet.
if you DM us at Remarried Love, either through Facebook or Instagram,
Yeah.
we will keep your name, your handle, everything private. If you wanted to share a story or a situation that we can talk about, or you have ideas for other topics that we can talk about.
Yes, that will help remarried couples.
Yes.
And blended families.
You were talking about that you don't want to have holes in your financial bucket that are going to, places that the spouse doesn't know. And I'll say this, like, you're giving a little money to your family member.
I was going to say family. Yeah.
And it's not child support. We're not talking about child support.
No, not child support.
We're talking about
Mama and them.
Mama and them.
Yeah.
Because that includes a lot of family members, mama and them.
Mm-hmm.
When you're doing that, your spouse doesn't know, and they're like, "Why are we short $200 every month?" And you're like, "I don't know." Well, it's because mama and them have the money,
Yeah.
and sometimes people feel like, "Well, I need to give my family something."
Well, one time I did do that. They came to the house and I gave them some money.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, they're on social media talking about what they got and where they went to spend it. And I was just like, well, you guys were...
I thought they were in need.
Yeah, you were in need. You made it sound like you didn't have anything and you needed to get back home. So seeing them on social media and going somewhere else to joyously spend up the money I gave them didn't make me feel good.
Yeah, no. And so
yeah.
one time a family member called and they were asking another one of my family members for money. And so I said, well, what do they need? And they're like, oh, I need this bill paid. And so I said, well, why don't we just go ahead and pay that bill? Like, we didn't give them the money. We didn't give the money that they needed. We'll go ahead and pay the bill. They said it was a certain amount. So then they were like, no, we
have a lot of stories about money.
They were like, wait. I said, how much is the bill? We'll just go ahead and pay that bill.
Exactly.
And then it wasn't as much as what they were asking for originally.
It never is.
So
It never is as
if
much.
you really want to help, you have to kind of decide as a team how we're going to do this.
Well, that's where the acumen comes in. And you have to know that when someone's asking you for money, it's more than likely, I'll say it like that, it's more than likely padded. Meaning that, yes, they do have that need, but also they want a little bit more for themselves so they don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, and then how can you leverage it? Like, okay, let's say you want to get, this is like just very random. Let's say you want to get a couch for your mom, right? And then you can be like, maybe, a friend that sells couches, you can do this, you can try to do, and your money can be spent maybe in your community or with a friend that gets a commission. You can just spend the money that you're going to spend anyway a little more wisely.
Yes.
Or I don't know if it's wisely, but
It is wise.
It's more purpose.
It's
more
on purpose. Yes.
That's the word.
You're doing things on purpose.
We're doing it on purpose. So we're going to help this family member. We're going to help.
Yeah.
But maybe we're not going to help every time they ask.
And we're not going to give them directly.
We'll schedule the help.
Yes.
And people get mad at that when you schedule how you're going to spend your money on them. I've had members, like family members, that are like, well, why are you doing that? Well, because it's my money.
Or we just saw that movie that one time and the lady said, you could just give me the money. You should just give me the money.
Yeah. The daughter bought a house for her.
Yeah. She bought a house.
A whole house.
And she was upset. You should have just gave me the
You
money.
should have just given me the money. So we're just saying that when you're together, transparency with the finances can help it have more purpose, which will lead to more conversations around how you're going to spend your money. And those conversations in the long run is going to make things better. They're going
for your marriage.
They're going to be unpopular and uncomfortable at first, but we can guarantee you when you guys are together,
it's definitely going to be better together than separate.
It works well.
Yes. So this was a great conversation.
Yes, the unpopular solutions are definitely needed.
Yeah. And we want to thank you guys for being here with us.
Yes, and if you have someone that you feel could benefit from this, please be sure to share it with them.
See you in the next episode.
Bye-bye.
We've got this remarried love. It's better than we dreamed